Peace. Peace. What's up, Moors? Peace, Islam. Peace to all the Moors out there checking this out. All the Moors in America. What's up? Yeah. So we're gonna get this started off. What's up? Uh I want to give honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, honors to all the noble Moors out there. We're just gonna talk about some stuff that affects the entire nation, something that affects all of us, something that we all come in contact with. And before I do that, we're gonna do a little promotion. If you like this, check that out. You can get that from my man Dula out in Mecca. And let me do a screen share real quick. Hang on, everybody. Bear with me. Get this screen share up and running. Peace, Islam, everybody. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. All right. Thank you all. And okay, here we go. Here we go. Moving a little slow today. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, if you like that, what I had around my neck, you can get that from my man right here, Dula. And he's on Facebook. Okay, so here you go. He's on Facebook. Send him a message right there, right? And I'll show you some of his stuff. Now he's got some nice products. I got a hoodie with the Circle 7 on it. And that's something he did for a sister, somebody I know. Look at that. Also did a jacket too. What else we got? There he is. Look at that. He does all that stuff. Hats, jackets. Look at that. Circle 7. So there you go. All right. Hit the Noble up. Send him a message. He does, yeah, coats, jackets, hats, all that stuff, man. All right. There you go. There's his name. Get at him. Order some. Show support. What else we got? Okay. Check this out. We have a Moore who just released a book. All right. Dr. Tamika Gray L., Supreme Grand Public Relations Officer. Okay. Look at this. The book about the chakras, harnessing your inner chakras. Balanced Epiphany. Get that on Amazon. Okay, look at that. Only $4.99. So no excuses. $4.99 on Amazon. And right now it's the #1 rated new release in occult metaphysical phenomena. So one of our own. All right. So we definitely have to get out there and show support. Okay. So go ahead and pick that up. Only $4.99. Let's see what else we got out there. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab a book for y'all real quick. We have a couple books. Yeah, we're gonna show you some books, but before we do that, let's see what else we have, because we're all about promoting Moorish owned businesses. Look at that. Fez caps. Get you one of those. The tassel on it. We got the universe under the brim. Right? Fezcaps.com. Look at that. That's what the tassel's for, raising the capstone back to the top of the pyramid. It's a little esoteric wisdom for you. So definitely get one of those, fezcaps.com. Moorish American owned. All of this stuff I'm talking about is owned by Moorish Americans. And hang on one second. Hey, do we have a contact?
The Moors in Texas.
Okay. I'm gonna get some contact info for you for something else. Let's see what other Moorish owned products we got. Okay. We're all about promoting Moorish. Oh, yeah, I got something for you. Check this out, Moors. All right. Hang on. Bear with me. Hope I'm not moving too slow. And we're going to get started, after this, but definitely putting this out there because we're all about supporting Moorish American owned businesses. All right. So y'all don't just watch, get out there and support. Okay. Having some issues bringing this up. One of these touch screens. It's crazy. Okay, go to moorishfez.com. Okay? moorishfez.com. Get your fezzes. It's a Moorish American owned company making fezzes, okay? Sign up, okay? Just fill out their contact form so you can get an official fez. Real deal, made by Moorish Americans and official, okay? In more ways than one. So definitely do that. You don't want to send your business anywhere else. We're not trying to build anyone else's nation. We're here to do this for us, right? Because that's what time it is. What the prophet say? It takes finances to raise a nation, right? Am I right or am I wrong? So that's what we're all about, Moors. And also have some books too. I'm gonna show you. Check this out. Moorish literature. All right. This is the most comprehensive Moorish literature book out. There's some documents and things in here from the first Supreme Grand Sheikh, Emil El, and stuff that you won't find anywhere else. So you definitely want to get a copy, and I'm going to get the information for you where you can get that. But now I'm just going to say go to mstofa.net and just contact the temple so that you can get this book. All right. Moorish literature. See what else we got. We're going to do some book reviews too. Okay. Book reviews are coming very soon. Very soon. I had a book right here I was going to tell y'all about. But must have moved it somewhere else. So we're not going to do that right now. Second. Nope. All right, I put it somewhere else, so I'll just do that next time. So definitely we're all about supporting our own businesses, and just wanted to get that out there. And now we're going to get into the show. Peace to everybody up in here. Peace. All right. I see you. Islam, Islam, Islam. All right. And you saw the title. It said Moors misusing the movement to get over. I've done this a couple of times, but I didn't talk about what I'm going to talk about tonight. But there's been a couple of times where I tried to where I just talked about some of the things that are going on that are underhanded, things that don't really represent us well, things that people are doing. And I didn't call out any names, put anyone on blast, but whenever this is done, people start coming out of the blue, from different directions, getting offended, and detractors. And it's crazy because all I'm doing is being real and honest, just exposing how some people are using this to try to get over, right? And the problem that I have is that you have a lot of people who are waking up and realizing that our nationality has been stripped from us. So there's a lot of people who are sincere about wanting to correct this and wanting to do something about it. All right. But then you have people who aren't sincere about this at all. They just see it as another way to get over. You know, they're in here selling paperwork, selling all types of things, overcharging, you know, just repackaging stuff that they either got from YouTube or that they downloaded, okay? And they're selling this stuff to people and doing a whole bunch of other stuff too, all right? And so I just put that out there because like it's real janky, it's real messed up. And so, like I was saying, when I'm exposing this stuff, just talking about it, yeah, anyone who's got a problem with it, is letting it be known that they in some one way or another are supporting the scams, supporting this, underhanded behavior. Okay. Like nobody should be coming out against it. And there were people, some people who have like followings, people that listen to them and they're coming out, talking trash. Nobody's mentioning their names. Just like warning people like, yo, you got to have some kind of street smarts out here. You can't be going for everything. Everyone's not sincere. Everyone doesn't have your best interests at heart. I don't know how saying that would piss anyone off unless they're with the BS. So that's it. Just put that stuff out there. But, we get messages all the time from people who are dealing with, underhanded stuff from people claiming to be Moors. And so I'm just going to talk about some of this stuff. And, hey, if people want to get angry, I don't care. That's good because like I don't move like that. I don't do stuff like that. So I'm not trying to I don't really care about angering people who are cool with running scams, cool with, just doing whatever to get over. So we're gonna go ahead and dig in and y'all hang on, I'm gonna do a screen share again. Wait, hold up, no, I'm not. I'm lying. All right. So yeah, I got an email from someone on here. I'm gonna just keep that anonymous. But basically, right? And if you're in the Moors in America group on Facebook, if you're not in there, you need to get in there. But if you're in there, you might have seen some of this stuff. But yeah, just go on Facebook, just type Moorish Americans or Moors in America, and the group's gonna come up. It's like, it's growing. It's thousands of people in there, so you definitely need to be up in there if you're not. But anyway, what this message was about, the lady, the Moabitess, she says, she's just disappointed. She meets a fellow Moabite, and he tells her that in order to further things, you must proceed in herogamy with him first. And like, when I see the word herogamy, HIEROGAMY, I had to Google it because I don't even know what that word means. I mean, I could tell from what she was saying, I got an idea of what she was trying to say, but I had to look it up because it's like, that's not a word that we use every day. All right. So like, yeah, she's talking to this dude online, more, and he's telling her that in order to proceed, she's got to do this herogamy stuff with him first, right? And she's just saying like her, that disappointed her because basically dude talking about you got to sleep with me, you got to do some sexual ritual, right? Because when you look it up, okay, on Google, herogamos or herogamy is a sexual ritual that plays out a marriage between a god and a goddess, especially when enacted in a symbolic ritual, okay, where the human participants represent the deities. So yeah, she just was like, it was lame, it was whack. Like she, got people coming at you like this. She was talking to him strictly about the Moorish stuff. She sent the screenshots of the conversation, and she's talking to him about the Moorish stuff. Like, she wants to She wants to declare nationality, basically. I'm gonna sum it up. I'm not gonna read all this stuff. She just want to declare nationality. She's looking for guidance. Dude's talking, acting like he knows what to do. And then he's coming at her like just out the blue, like, you know, with this stuff like, hold up, let me read this because this stuff sounds lame. And that's another thing. Like, I just wanted to put that out there because like that's whack. Like trying to use stuff like this to come on to people, it's lame. It don't even make no sense. But basically, yeah. So she's talking about the more stuff. Like she's trying to figure out how to do this for real. What do you do? I mean, I would have just said go to the temple, but yeah, the dude was talking about okay, well, we do a ritual with candles, and she's like, what? Explain. And dude's going on, sounding weird, like you're my God, I worship our Moabites, blah blah blah. I ain't gonna read all this stuff because it sound corny. And then he's like, we're gonna do Harold Gamos, look it up, and you look it up, and it's like, what the hell, right? And I know I've heard people say that people are doing stuff like this, so it's like, you got people out here trying to position themselves as like somebody who knows it all, somebody who's like, you wear this, you're supposed to be like a professor, you're supposed to know something, right? So you got people out there, like I'm not gonna put dude's name out there, even though that's lame as hell. You know what I'm saying? But like you got people out here who's positioning themselves like that, like there's somebody like I know something, like it's not like the person's asking him about nationality and he's like, I don't really know. Nah, he's like, I can help you. I know what to do. I know how to move. And then you're getting into that, and then people's like, trying to pull this lame stuff off, man. And so that's I just wanted to put that out there because I know it's people doing this, and it's whack. It's real whack. I mean, it's like, it's something that's been going on for a long time. I mean, in the churches, you seen this with the deacons, the reverends, they in there mostly with women because what? Dudes, we not even trying to be up in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know how I feel. I know how most of my friends, I don't really have friends who like going to church. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all dudes might like going to church. I ain't have friends that like going to church. I definitely wasn't going. And none of the dudes that I knew or grew up with like going to church. Like, yeah, right. Right. So it's like you go to church, it's like mostly females up in there. So it's like, of course, the deacons and reverends gonna be trying to sleep with the women, right? And the women, going for it because they're looking to them for guidance. They're in a position, and they're abusing their position. And so that's where you got people trying to position themselves like that. And so like that's one of the things, like if you're out here in the streets, if you're just online getting information, off of YouTube and like you shouldn't just be watching these videos and just thinking that's it. You need to look for the source. You need to read. You're gonna have to read. You're gonna have to do some independent research. But if you're just out here in the streets and you're talking to people, you're online talking to people, you're gonna be running into stuff like this a lot. Okay, because there's no structure. All right. Anything goes on the internet, right? And I don't even have to tell you that. Anything, peace to Crystal. Anything goes online, right? Anything goes. There's nothing's off limits. Okay. So it don't matter how crazy it is or what, anything goes online. And in the streets is the same way. There's no structure. There's no, I'm not gonna do this because it's gonna make me look bad. People are gonna be judging me or looking down. No, anything goes. So people will be trying to use this to get money out of you, use this to sleep with you, use this to get close to your children. All types of stuff is going on out here. All right. And that's how come, I mean, I'm just like, hey, if you're looking, you're interested in the nationality, go to the temple. For real. I mean, if that sounds crazy after hearing all this stuff, it shouldn't sound as crazy anymore because it's like, look, like out here in the streets, out here online, anything goes. Within the temple, you have a structure. Somebody's trying to use this to sleep with people or to try to steal money from people, scam people within the temple. Look, they're going to wind up getting outed. because it is not just anything goes. Because the temple is us. We make it up. And so it's like, look, you're gonna have to answer to somebody. You know, you can't be in there trying to do this stuff and it's just gonna get away with it and everybody's just gonna turn a blind eye. You got somebody to answer to, and people are looking at you like, okay, why are you doing that? That's not what the prophet bought. This is not how we supposed to be carrying ourselves. Okay, so that's all I'm saying is structure, and that's why I'm telling you, man, people, like, look, don't take that stuff for granted. I get it. You might say, well, look, I found out about it in the streets, found out about it online. You don't need it. And I'm telling you, the structure is necessary, very much so. And that's why you have so much crazy stuff going on. People selling all types of stuff and trying to misuse and abuse this, right? And another thing that I wanted to hit on too. Well, while I'm talking about the temple too, let me do another screen share, show y'all something. Hang on. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the Morris in America group on Facebook. So if you're not already in there, go to Facebook groups Morris in America. You can just type it in the search. It's gonna come up and join. So anyway, like, yeah, okay. This is the attitude that a lot of people have. Maybe not to this extreme, but I get where this person is coming from. But they're also coming from a limited perspective. And I just wanted to show that to you. So, it just started off a person saying they want to ask for advice. And for the most part, people are positive, like, okay, yeah, what do you want to know? And somehow, somewhere, someone shared, a Moabite shared something from the Holy Quran with this person, and they said, I don't do religion, right? I'm a Moor. You don't have to be religious to proclaim your nationality. And it's like, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not down in any of this stuff that's being said, but I'm pointing it out for a reason, right? And the person just was going on, like, basically, why are they against religion? Why do you follow the rules of man when you are a goddess, right? And just going on and on and on. And if you just look at just like the language and stuff that this person is using, you can see that they needed structure. They need some type of structure, okay, in here, because everything goes south really soon. Like, some people try to see, like, what did you want to ask, and just offer help. Nobody came attacking, but this person, like, got angry really quickly and just started using foul language and cursing at everybody and saying I'm a goddess, I don't have to abide by any rules and blah blah blah, this and that, and just going on about basically why they not with religion, they not with any of this stuff. Okay. And some of this stuff is coming because the information's all over the internet. So people feel entitled, Nobody's, feel like people don't really feel like they need that structure anymore because the information is all over the place. So, people want to skip that step. And that's not the only reason for the temple, but I'm just sharing that because it's like people feel like they can just skip that entire step. You don't need it at all. And that's also why you have so much craziness going on. Okay. Because we're at a point where anything pretty much goes. If you're strictly online and that's where you're getting all your information from, you're going to be exposed to so much, so many different ideologies, so much stuff that, like, literally there's no way you can know which way to go. You have to have some type of structure so that you can be strong in your approach and know, regardless of what information you come across, you have an idea of what's right and wrong. All right, because you can't be looking at every source like this is potentially valid, this is potentially good. And then that leads me to another thing that I was going to share, and that's just from an email that I got, which we get these all the time, right? If you want to email us, you could just send an email to bay@moresanamerica.com. But this one is just saying, Islam, I'd like to ask you a question. I would like to know if you're planning on doing a video on quitclaim deeds, and if not, could you walk me through the steps? Are you familiar with quitclaim deeds, which I am? And no, I won't be doing a video on quitclaim deeds, or how to do this, or advising people to do this, because that would be reckless. And I'm not going to do that, All right. They're calling these people paper terrorists for a reason. I'm not going to do that. That's reckless. And that's not a good move. That's not the way to go. But if you just look up quitclaim deeds on Google, what does it say? A quitclaim deed is a legal instrument that is used to transfer interest in real property. The entity transferring its interest is called the grantor, and the quitclaim deed is properly completed. When it's properly completed and executed, it transfers any interest the grantor has in the property to a recipient called the grantee. So, like, if you want to do a quitclaim deed to your spouse or something like that, family member, that's what it's for. And then people are taking advantage of this because there's certain loopholes in this, which we'll get into. People are taking advantage of that and using it to basically do a form of squatting. Okay, because one of the things that happens when you own property, whether you're trying to sell a house or you're renting houses out, anyone can just go in there, change the locks, and do a certain set of steps. Okay, like changing the locks, like doing just different things to show that they have a right to stay in that property. And the burden of proof of ownership is on you. So it's hard for you to get them out. You have to go to court. You have to pay court fees. You have to do all this stuff to get them out, right? And so that is that's how people squat in houses. And people also use this with quitclaim deeds, even though it was originally something that people can do, which you could do to, deed something to someone that that you care about, right? Someone in your family, or add them to the title. They're not already on it, right? People are taking advantage of that. And we'll get into that. How and why. Why would somebody do this, right? What's the purpose? So if you go online, HUD.gov, so the HUD, Housing Urban Development Department, okay? HUD.gov on there, they have a integrity bulletin. So this is something they sent, within to the people that work there, right? To warn people about sovereign citizen scams, right? And that's the thing. Like, if you're a Moorish American, you don't want anything to do with anything that says sovereign citizen. We know that that this movement was started by people who have no interest with us or our community. None of the stuff they're doing is for us, okay? And so, I mean, like, you want nothing to do with this, right? And so this notice is basically just warning people, giving people, I think it's also going out to like property owners or people who lease HUD properties, because it's come to the attention of HUD, because people even taking advantage of HUD stuff. You even have people who get in a house, the quitclaim deed, and then try to rent out properties, right? So they'll try to get you in there on Section 8. And they don't, you know what I'm saying? They got it like basically with the quitclaim deed, and you could be up in there on Section 8 and wind up getting kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna wind up getting kicked out, right? Because like when you're doing stuff like this, it's not gonna last that long. I mean, like, especially the people who are trying to go up in mansions and big houses. But yeah, so, and then like I said, whenever this is being done, whenever I do this, we're gonna have people who are irresponsible, people who are like living trifling, who are gonna like complain. They're gonna have something to say about this, right? Right? That's how it works. Because you got a lot of people out there who aren't, who are just trying to get over. And this what this whole thing is to them, is just a chance to get over. And so that's these. Whenever you see that, you see people attacking it. That's because that's their mentality. They're trying to get over. They're not really trying to build a nation. They're not trying to be prosperous. Not trying to build wealth. They're just trying to get over. Okay. So I'm gonna read some of this. And like this is HUD.gov. So what are they saying? What is a sovereign citizen ideology? Sovereign citizen groups are loose associations of anti-government extremists who do not recognize the federal government. And in one way they're not talking about us, because like down here is talking about Terry Nichols. I think he bombed the FBI center, right? Like in Oklahoma. Was that Nichols? I don't remember, but I know, these are like homegrown terrorists, and they're like, a lot of them are like part of they're part of like white nationalist groups too, so they're definitely not your friend. They're not on your side, and these are things that they're using. Okay. So yeah, they believe in a separate, or they're sovereign from the United States and exempt from federal, state, local laws, tax systems. And it's like, hey, it's at some point in time, like a lot of them are realizing that they're slaves too, and so they're bucking back against the system. I'm not, saying anything about that. I'm just saying like this has nothing to do with you, right? So this thing is just explaining what the ideology is. Then he goes in on the scams. Sovereign citizens have been investigated by HUD for not only illegally occupying HUD properties. So they're not only getting in there and just squatting in their houses, but also improperly deeding HUD-owned properties to themselves. These groups take advantage of state laws in most states that require county clerks to accept and file any quitclaim deed presented to them as long as the forms are properly signed and fees are paid. Get that? So that's the game, man. They know that the county clerk's going to accept it as long as they did the paperwork properly. All right? They're going to accept it. No proof of ownership is required. It becomes the burden of the true property owner to go to court and clear the title, just like what I said with the squatters. Okay? This process takes time and is costly. While a HUD real estate owned property is being used by sovereign citizens, it is not uncommon for the sovereign citizens to change locks and install alarm systems. There are also instances in which a sovereign citizen has rented a HUD real estate owned property to unsuspecting tenants. That's what I was just saying, right? Over the last 4 years, HUD OIG has presented a number of investigations for prosecution, resulting in 20 convictions and criminal recoveries of more than 17 million. So like, yeah, so you got people who are getting HUD homes and then getting people in there on Section 8. Okay. And you rented it from this dude who's just like, filed some paperwork to get it. And you might wind up getting evicted, right? And unknowingly, right? And this is just with HUD. So people aren't just doing this with HUD properties. They're doing it all over the place. They're saying it's come to the attention that sovereign citizens have begun participating in HUD subsidized Section 8 housing choice voucher programs as landlords using properties that they do not own. They provide fraudulent deeds to housing authorities to establish ownership rights so they can participate as a landlord. And it's crazy, right? It's really messy out here, right? Okay, and then it's just talking about how you can get affected, if you're like an owner, property owner, you participating like this. So it's crazy. And then look at this. How do I recognize sovereign citizens? Check this out. They use elaborate names and symbols, which include names in all capital letters or interspersed with colons, hyphens, and other odd punctuations. Signatures followed by under duress, sovereign living soul, or a copyright symbol. It's all stuff that you'll hear. That's what I'm saying. Don't play around with this stuff online. Personal seals, stamps, or thumbprints in red ink. References to the Bible, the Constitution, Supreme Court decisions, treaties with foreign governments. That sound familiar? Or a uniform commercial code, UCC, UCC number 201. So, come on, man. Treaties with foreign governments, come on. The prefix noble, or the suffix bay, or or El Bay with their name. Brackets around zip codes or other written oddities that can be found in 2 reports. So it's like man, come on, man. Like messing around with this info. And I already know it's some haters. This probably commenting is you know what I'm saying? I mean, I already know. I know because it's people just participating in this. If you participating, you probably gonna get your feelings hurt. You know, like we're men, we're grown-ups. We can't be all emotional. Just speaking, I'm being real, man. This is some janky stuff to be doing. Like you want to have your family up in a property like this? You think that's responsible? Okay. And then they're up on everything that everyone's trying to do. And then the thing is, people are intermixing this stuff from sovereign citizen movement in with the Moorish, paradigm, and when it has nothing to do, with the Moorish divine and national movement, nothing, it has nothing at all to do with it. All right. Okay, so they just telling people to report them, to the authorities because, they trying to come and arrest them. Then look at this. Paper terrorists stealing homes. Talking about in Georgia, one of 19 properties usurped by sovereign citizen group. Talking about when a new family moved into the mansion on South Goddard Road in DeKalb County. They didn't go around and meet the neighbors. This lady, one of the residents, 87-year-old Helen Goddard, never saw them. The only time she did see the neighbors was when they were being led off in handcuffs, when they got caught. And they tried to do this in a $1 million brick home, like a mansion, Okay. So it's crazy. It's crazy. The FBI has listed them on the domestic terrorist list, saying their crime of choice is paper terrorism and attempting to disrupt U.S. economy. But let's not paint these people to be Robin Hood because they're not giving to the poor. They are taking. So I'm not, I'm not like with the wording and all this in this article. I'm just like pointing this out that like this is the type of stuff that you'll have people trying to encourage, recklessly. Even some of the people who are encouraging this, they don't even do it. They're not living like that. They're talking reckless online, just like how somebody will be talking reckless to you online and saying all types of stuff that they would never say to your face, So you have people talking reckless, and then you have some people out here actually getting caught up. All right. And then look at what it's saying in the same article. They are all born in the U.S., but create their own driver's licenses, complete with seals for fictitious nations. Many of the suspects have multiple names and a history of not paying taxes. They don't believe in the U.S. and our laws until they are arrested. Then they want a lawyer. Because a lot of people get scared. Because it's like you going off of info that you got online, that you got off of YouTube, and you're not even in that position where you could really stand on your square. All right. So then, a lot of people get shook. They're like, okay, yeah, I need a lawyer. And they, but I mean, this is crazy. Look at this. The FBI says the national movement has been around for decades, has ties to Nubians, a black supremacist group that started near Augusta. Nationally, sovereign citizens, which originated as a white supremacist group, have been connected to multiple insurance fraud. Look at this. Look. Nationally, sovereign citizens, which originated as a white supremacist group. All right. So, like this information coming from a white supremacist group, people who, for the most part, are white nationalists, neo-Nazis, and I mean, like even if they're not actively in that, that's the mentality that a lot of these people have. And so that's where a lot of that information is coming from, and it's getting mixed in with a new Moorish twist to it. And it's like, come on, this isn't legit. It's not real. This is some ragtag internet stuff. And that's what it is, stuff. It's not, a properly, organized, put together. It's not real. It's just stuff that everyone has something different to say. It's not even organized. There's no structure to it, And that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta be street smart out here. You can't come up in here thinking that everybody's legit, everyone's cool, Some of these people are just trying to get over. They just want to see what they can get for free. Like some of the people said in the chat, trying to get something for nothing, And at the end of the day, I mean, that's how simple it is for a lot of people, Just people trying to get something for nothing. All right. And I know I already said this, but I know it's gonna hurt some feelings. All right. I know it. I see some of the stuff people are saying. It's some people in here that's on that mess. It's some people on here that's on that mess. I would just be honest, to be real with you, like the whole UCC thing, I'm not even gonna get in on that. Okay. First time I heard anything about the UCC and started studying it was in business school, man. I'm not going to sit up and say that it's not legit. It's not real. But I'm telling you, what people are trying to do, trying to get over with it, has nothing to do with Moorish American nationality. And it has nothing to do with the Moorish divine and national movement. It's just people trying to get over. All right. And what happens is, some people will hear this and get upset because you're thinking that you've been exposed to something that's going to make your life easier, that's going to help you get over. And it's not. It's not going to be that easy. That's not what it is. Okay, these are scams. They're scams. All right? And it's not going to work. All right? So let me go to the chat and see what's being said. What's up, people? What's up, family? Islam. Let's see what's being said. So, what's up? How y'all feel about that? Y'all vibing with that? Anybody out here who's against it, who has something to say? Because I mean, like, seriously, like, I mean, even some of you know-it-alls out there, if there's somebody out there, like there were some people who would just always come on just supporting the scams. And they even try to make little videos going at me. I ain't even responding to none of that. I don't put videos out about people. I don't do that, right? Because that's lame. If I had an issue with somebody, I would talk to them on the side like a man and just deal with it face to face. I'm not going to come out here doing this Hollywood stuff, trying to go back and forth with people. That's lame. That's real lame. Especially publicly trying to defame somebody or put someone's name out there. That's whack, man. That's not how we do. But that's what I was saying with this internet stuff. You got people who will get out here and say all types of stuff that they won't say to your face. You could be standing right next to them and they won't say nothing. And then when you talk to them, they'll be all polite and nice. For real. That's what it is. All right. But yeah, like pretty much I stand on that. Anybody who has anything negative to say about this, it's because they with the BS. You know what that stands for, right? That's what they're with. That's why they support it. Why else would you support something that you know is a scam, that you know is just something to try to get over? All right. So it don't matter if people are out here trying to squat in houses. It don't matter if they out here trying to sell paperwork, trying to sell you licenses, license plates, and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trying to sell you passports, trying to sleep with you. You know, it's on some lame, super lame mess. Like if you like somebody, you just come at them and like, yeah, you know, you don't come trying to use some super cornball spiritual mess. Like, we got to do this together to align the chakras. Like, get out of here with that. That's lame. That's horrible. You know, that's real lame. I'm not going to put anybody's name out there. I was just speaking on that earlier because a lady had emailed, you know, and showed like screenshots of this dude that she was talking to just about the Moorish information, talking about she's trying to, you know, nationalize and trying to do it for real. You know, she, you know, is trying to find out for real how to declare nationality, and the dude's acting like he got the key, he know what to do, and then he's come out talking about some lame mess like just something stupid. I mean, it's corny, it's cornball mess, you know. To anybody that's supporting that, it's corny too. They whack. And anybody that's supporting this whole, you know, all of this lame stuff that I was just showing you, okay, that quitclaim stuff, it's whack, man. You know? So like, yeah, the person sent me an email just saying, hey, are you planning on doing a video on quitclaim deeds? Can I walk you through the steps? Hell no. Hell no. No, I'm not gonna walk you through the steps. Could I? Theoretically, I could. Why would I do that? It's a scam. All right. There's some very smart people out here encouraging people to participate in these scams. All right. I want somebody to come on here. Come on here. Cause like I might not be using a bunch of big words and try to act like I'm all smart, because I'm not trying to do that. But if you think you know what you're talking about and you come on here, you're gonna look bad. All right. Because I'm not with that mess, and it's going to get exposed for what it is. It's a scam. It's just another way to get over. All right. How many people you know that did the quitclaim deeds? Moors who've been in there for a decade or so, you know, especially these ones trying to get these mansions, living good with their family, and it worked out well for everyone. You know, it doesn't work like that, man. Okay. People are getting put on terrorist watch lists because they're participating in this activity. I mean, you're seeing it's being painted like that. All right. It's craziness. All right. And yeah, I feel what you said in the group, in the chat, saying that squatting is how the Europeans took over the land. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? That's not the only way they took over the land. If you want to be all the way real about it, they took over the land. They did a whole lot of stuff. They were coming in with priests, you know, acting like they wanted peace, and they're giving you things that are basically biological warfare. You know, giving you blankets and things that are laced with smallpox and diseases. You know, they won because they don't play by the rules of engagement that we have. We're going to go to war and meet here. You come, you send a few men there, and then the rest of them come and just slaughter all the women and children in the village. Okay? They didn't play fair. I mean, there's no, I mean, when you're playing with them, there is no fair. You know, they play by their own rules. Okay, so now squatting is not the only way they took over, you know? It sounds nice, though, when you say that. You know, like, in some ways, they can get away with doing these things, and you can't. All right? Not in this format. Things are going to have to be organized, man. I don't get why people are fighting the organization. Like, people don't want to organize. We don't want to, you know, have this structure and to do things the right way. Like this ragtag, these groups over here, these groups over there, this person over here by himself, this person over there by themselves, just randomly proclaiming, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not proclaiming, but, you know, doing status corrections here, doing it over here. This person's saying one thing, this person's saying something totally different. This person got their stuff off the internet. I mean, if you follow me, does everybody know what I'm talking about? Because people are actually like getting this stuff off of the internet, buying it from people, and everybody's stuff says something different. People have IDs, and everybody's stuff is different, you know? Like, there's got to be some structure. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's not good enough. All right. And the online thing is not good enough. Eddie Walker said, what should we be reading? That's a great question. You shouldn't just be reading one book, okay? And whether you went into a temple or not, you still should read. You should read several books. You should read several topics. If you're looking about what you should read to be doing things like this, like you know, quit claim deeds and stuff like that, I don't know how to advise you to move on that. All right, but I mean, what are you trying to do out here? That's a good question, though. There's a ton of books you should be reading. I tell you what, anyone that you listen to, if you're looking at videos and stuff like that online, if they don't give sources, especially like if they're going in on stuff like I'm just basically touching on things and I'm not really going in depth. But if someone is up here telling you, like advising you on doing quick claim deeds and things like this, and they're not giving you any sources, or they're just telling you to buy their product, you already know right then and there is something wrong. Okay. Because anyone who's going in on something, they need to be sharing the sources of where they're getting it from so that you can go and get it. Because whatever I tell you, whatever anyone else says is going to be taken out of context because I have an agenda. Everyone has their own agenda. Okay. Never even heard of the laws of Manu. Well, let's see. Go ahead and ask some questions, y'all. And like I said, if there's anybody who's supporting this, supporting the scams, anybody's this in favor of people trying to get over, go ahead and speak up and come on here. Because like I said, there's a lot of know-it-alls who sound like they're so smart, but they're not. It's a bunch of smart, dumb. You know what I'm saying? All right. And you get blasted out the water coming out here trying to support that mess because you can't stand on nothing with it. All right. It's gonna look real stupid. But I mean that's really all I had to say. I just wanted to speak on that and let y'all know because I know a lot of people coming across this stuff and like it is what it is, man. It's real simple. All right. And we know they took the land and they did this, and that. And okay, squatting in houses is not going to even things out. It's not. We need structure, we need the organization, we need to move as a unit. And it's just like people all over the place just doing random things. It's not together. All right. And yeah, thanks, Root Words, for sharing the definition for quitclaim deeds. And we talked on that earlier. He said, what does the prophet advise us to do? Like the prophet, if you look at how he moved, he actually opened businesses, real legit businesses, not just trying to get over on Moors, selling, different paperwork and different things like that. Actually producing manufacturing and selling, real goods. And pretty much where every temple is, you're going to have businesses. All right. And that's why you'll hear it takes finances, to raise a nation. It's legit. He wasn't moving like that. They weren't going out doing quick claim deeds. Like that wasn't how we were gonna turn things around. That's not what the prophet was doing, if you're asking that. You know. So I'm not like just like completely knocking everything. I'm just being real. Like it's not really um it's not really feasible for everybody to be participating in that. That's just one thing that we talked about today, though. There's a lot of janky behavior you shouldn't be participating in. You know, it's not sustainable, and it gives a black eye to the movement. You know, because you have people who are not operating properly, who aren't even like really about this, who aren't sincere with it. You know, who are doing this type of stuff out here. All right. And that's how come like that sovereign citizens report I was reading where they're talking about the people doing the quitclaim deeds scams. They're talking about they may have a L Bay on their name, like L and Bay together, Bay or Noble, you know? It's like it's crazy. It's a mess out here, okay? And just seeing that should like let people know, like, hey, maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe that's not it. All right. Yeah, like you said in the group, form non-municipal city governments and control your community. Be the mayor and police and courthouse. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. You know? What the brother said, that's not, that's not some scam, that's not some, quick fix. It's real. That's real, that's legit. And that's common sense, man. That's really where the movement is. Without saying too much online, that's where the movement is. Not just talking about it online, not just, saying, okay, we're going to make license plates. We got our own DMV. Like, no, man, it's not just about beating court cases, like all forms of government, That's it. That's the real, way we need to move. And then what I was saying earlier about the temple, like a lot of people, okay, going to be real about this. A lot of people don't want to get in the temple for other reasons. Like they're not trying to live right, man. They're content with, trying to scam and get over. They're not trying to clean themselves up because that's what you really have to do. You got to clean yourself. We have to constantly be on ourselves, perfecting yourself, mastering the lower self, right? The higher self is supposed to be ruling, sitting on the throne, okay? And that's the proper way that it should be. So a lot of people aren't trying to do that at all. Not trying to. I say like the clowns who was trying to go at, trying to put people out there. And every time if you look at their stuff, they're always talking about somebody else, always, right? So people like that, they dwell in the lower self, and that's what they're about. They're not trying to do right. We don't live like that. Somebody said just because people don't join the temple don't mean they want to live. They don't want to live right. I didn't say that. Where did I say that? I said you have people out here who are running these scams who are cool with trying to get over. And that's why they don't want to get up in the temple. Like, why would you take offense to that? Did you take offense to that? I hope not. You can't be in your emotions. I'm not like if these are trigger words for you, you got to examine yourself. Okay? Because it's like if I was not in the temple and somebody saying that, people is out here, they're cool with that type of activity, and that's one of the reasons they don't want to get in. They don't want to perfect themselves. That wouldn't offend me because I know I'm not like that. I'm not over here. I'm not out here trying to get over. I'm not out here trying to get over on you because you want to, declare your nationality, and I'm trying to sell you stuff, take advantage of your ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here trying to, squat in houses and doing all this mess. Not out here trying to use some cornball lines, trying to use the spirituality or use the nationality to try to sleep with people. That's stupid. That's lame. Not doing any of that cornball, goofy, lame, stupid mess. So that wouldn't offend me. Whether you're in the temple or not, that shouldn't offend you. There's some people out here who that's why they don't want to join. at the end of the day, because they cool with with the mess, with the BS. That's what they're about. I didn't say everyone. Yeah. So nobody should be getting offended by this if you real, right? Only the lame people's getting offended by that because they cool with it, and so that offends them. You throw a rock at a pack of dogs, you can tell which one gets hit, right? You're gonna be yelping, you're gonna be hollering. Yes, like brother said in the chat, 60% vote is all it takes to separate your community from the major city. We've seen it here in the city of Columbus in Ohio. There's a community in Columbus called Bexley, and it's right in the middle of the city, and it's its own township, its own city, right in the middle of the inner city, right? And that was just an example, but there's examples all over the country. That's the type of work that needs to be done. Not trying to beat court cases, trying to beat tickets. Like literally, like you're still trying to beat tickets. It's 2018, trying to beat tickets. Like that's not important. That's not important at all. There's bigger issues, right? Way bigger issues than that. All right. And I get it. I know that's one of the ways, that a lot of people get into it because they think, oh yeah, I could beat them cases, I could beat that. Yeah, yeah. I know, but I'm just saying, like, there's bigger issues, man. Way bigger issues. And we can really flip things in our favor, by actually doing what needs to be done. All right. Islam, Moorish Americans. Please elaborate on who the Supreme Grand Sheikh is. Saw the previous video. Saw the D, not E Bailey L. D Bailey L is the Supreme Grand Sheikh. I proclaimed in 2014. Well, um, there's been fragmentation within the movement. So there's several different, I guess you could say, grand bodies. Okay. So you're asking me, I'm going to tell you the Supreme Grand Sheikh is D Bailey L. All right. And the Moorish Science Temple, the home office is in Chicago, Illinois. But if you saw the video, you saw all that in there already. If anyone else that doesn't know, there's a video on this channel, the interview with the Supreme Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple of America, D. Bailey L. We have a lot of work to do, Moors. Right? A lot of work to do. Y'all have any more questions? If not, we can go on and shut this down early. Okay. All right. Okay, I got you. Erwin, you say you proclaimed in 2014. Who did you proclaim with? Or where did you proclaim? What temple? Yeah, so just everybody watching, just be careful out here. All right. it's not always all good, and everybody who acts like or looks like a Moor isn't cool. And that's it. Lord Nature El Bay. That's who you proclaim with. Lord Nature El Bay. I never heard of him. And another thing, like going to court, like you shouldn't really be in court. You know, if you have issues, something comes up, you should be able to, talk to the grand sheiks or one of the sheiks at the temple, and if they have to go to court, they can do that on your behalf if it's even necessary. Okay. Erwin, did you proclaim at a temple? So yeah, that's pretty much it though. That's really all I had to say. Just wanted to talk about some of this stuff because it's just you know a lot of BS going on, man. It's not cool. It really isn't. Have you read the Negro, the Beast? Yeah, the Eddie Walker. Okay, you said that. Yeah, the book, the Negro or Beast, in the image of God. Yeah, I read that. Nah, I didn't read the whole book. I read parts of it. And for those that don't know, let's see. Uh, let's pull this up. The Negro, be a beast or in the image of God. So for those that don't know, this book was written by, I'm going off the top of my head, I'm trying to find it. It was written by a guy in, I think, in South Carolina. He was a lawmaker, right? And he was like on the first Supreme Court in his state. And basically, this book uses the Bible to make the case for why blacks, Negroes are less than human. Okay, legally. And this wasn't just a book, just some random, rantings of somebody racist. These were the writings of a lawmaker. And what happened was you had things like the Negro Act, in South Carolina. You had things that followed this up, like real laws being made. And so that was why you need to correct your nationality, because this label isn't just a label that we claim that we created for ourselves. It's not just these aren't just words that we use, to describe ourselves. They're not innocent labels. These are things that were created for us with legal implications that are extremely dangerous, right? We shouldn't even be operating in that capacity at all. And if I can find this book on here, maybe I can do a screen share, show y'all some of the stuff that's in there, but it's heinous. There's another video on this channel where we talk about the black act of, I think, 1687. There's a video on this channel where we go in on that and also talk about that book, Negro, a beast in the image of God. So yeah, I read part of it and parts of it, and yeah, it's heinous. Okay, it's messed up. And yeah, I think everybody should get a copy of that. And that's the type of book that you'll find like in pretty much every law library all over the country, right? Negro, a beast, or in the image of God. People have no idea at all. And maybe we could go in on that though. I'm still looking for it, y'all. Hang on with me. Nope. Well, the Negro Law of South Carolina. One of the judges of the Court of Law, John Belton O'Neill. Let's see. I'm still looking for that book. If anybody has any more questions, go ahead and ask. Okay, yeah. Here we go. We can do a screen share if y'all bear with me. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with staying on a positive note and building though. I'm all about that. Okay. Um, hey, sometimes you gotta expose the BS. I mean, I'm not calling out anybody's names, just the behavior. Maybe the people who are doing this can correct their behavior. So I'm not calling out anyone's names, because people can change. They can do the right thing. They can show that they are sincere and for real about the movement. But yeah, the Negro, a beast, or in the image of God. Okay. They don't teach you anything about this in school, right? If you haven't heard of this before, get it. At least get the PDF file. The Negro and his relation to the human family. And like look at the wording of that, If you look at the IRS form SF 181, where it has the racial classifications, and the Negro, the black, the African American is the only racial classification that is not connected to the human family. Everyone else is connected to an original people of the world, except for that Negro, the Negro, right? The Negro, a beast, but created with articulate speech and hands, that he may be of service to his master, the white man, right? And once again, these are in the law libraries all over the country, and these aren't just the crazy ramblings of some nutcase. The author of this served on the Supreme Court. Chaz Carroll, yeah, okay, Charles Carroll, okay. In placing this book entitled The Negro, a Beast, or an Image of God on the American market, we do so knowing there will be many learned men who will take issue with us. But while we are fully convinced of this, we are also convinced that when this book is read and its contents duly weighed, and they got to put this out there because they know the wording of this is going to be, like harsh. This is crazy. It sounds crazy, but this is all in the books. You've already had laws and acts passed, okay, based off of this, using the Bible and this as reasons for labeling the Negro a subhuman status, right? And man, I wish I had that biography up still with the guy who wrote this book. So yeah, check that out. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's real. All right. And definitely, hang on a second. All right. So like I said, man, we have way more to do, way more serious things. I mean, we need to be organizing on a local level, and just doing what you need to do in your local government to actually improve your life, improve your conditions. Running out here trying to get these quitclaim deeds, squatting in houses ain't gonna do it. All right. Anything else janky that people are doing, I'm not gonna cover everything, but it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna cut it. The people need to cut that stuff out, man. And I think some people just like being rogues. They just like being out here doing that because there's no structure on them. There's no pressure to really get it together and do things. They just taking advantage of people. And that's it. That's all it is. So hey, if you feel that, share it. Let people know, because there's people coming into this, and that's really who the video's for. I'm not really speaking to people who, like, I'm not trying to preach to the crowd. So I'm not really speaking to all the know-it-alls. You already know this. It's just like me. I'm not gonna get taken advantage of out here, because it's like I mean, I'm street enough to know better, okay? And I'm not that naive that I'm just thinking everybody's real and everybody's serious about the movement just because I am, you know? So, and I peep the BS. I see that stuff. I smell it from a mile away. Like, uh-uh, I see the corny behavior and all that. So I'm just sharing it because I know there's a lot of people coming in, and I know there's droves. There's more and more people starting to see. They're starting to see this whole Negro Act. It's what I was just talking about. They're starting to see how heinous it is, and they're looking, for their nationality. They're starting to realize that this is important. So that you gotta know about these pitfalls, man, and avoid them. And eventually, all these people that's on that, they need to get washed away, left behind. All right, and that's really it. Just share this, get the word out. All right, and if you offended, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Who cares? Don't let me know, because I don't care. And that's it. Somebody, oh, hang on. Elisa said Moorish American consulate. What do you want to know about the consulates? Were you asking if it's legit? What? I mean, if you're asking if it's a legit move, something to do, I don't know. It could be a part of the whole, but like having consulate courts are not. That's not the only thing that we need. So it could be a portion of the movement. I'm not knocking that, but I'm saying, like what I was saying earlier, like people trying to beat cases, and beat tickets and things like that. That's not the most important step. There's a lot of things that we could do on an organizational level, like just in your area, your local government, things that you could do that we're not going to talk about on YouTube. There's things that, like, no matter what, I'm not going to sit up and discuss on YouTube. We talk face to face. Okay? There's no secrecy in it. It's just like being real. Like, only a fool is going to sit up here and say everything on YouTube or on the internet, period. Well, yeah, okay, you said we need to create jobs. It's like, yeah, business. We can talk about that. We need to do business for real. We don't all need to be trying to rap. We don't all need to be like making beats. We don't all need to be, what's some of the stereotypical stuff that's not even realistic. Industry, not jobs. Exactly. Red Flag said, is there a Mexican consulate in Mexico? No, we don't need a consulate in our own land. I mean, that makes sense to me. That's real simple, and it makes sense. But I'm just saying, like, those aren't my words. That's what somebody said in the chat. But it made sense. It was real simple. I'm just saying, I wasn't knocking the consulates or nothing. I'm just saying that creating courts, having our own courts, is not the most important thing. That's a move. That's one of the things that we can accomplish, but it's not like the most important. Like, come on. And especially the way that people are trying to go about doing this stuff on their own. Like, come on. So, but one thing that we could talk about on YouTube and over, the internet is like business. Yeah, do business. And that's it. And don't just throw the temple away just yet, just because you already found out everything online and everybody knows everything. And somebody said we are at war and losing badly. Like, I wouldn't get all negative and say all that. Like, but I get where you're coming from, and especially all this stuff that I was just saying, like the janky behavior that's going on, and the people who are defending it, especially some of these people who are so smart and they're defending it. It's like as soon as you hear somebody defending, it's like, oh man, I thought you was smart. You with that mess? You try to get over? You cool with it, right? So yeah, there's a lot of work to do. Right. And that's really all that has to be said. Is a lot of work to do, and a lot of this stuff is gonna have to be done off of the internet and off of YouTube. Okay. And then another thing, because I haven't put up a video in a minute. Like, a lot of people are just here to entertain. Like, we're not gonna have videos up every other day or whatever. Because it's not about constantly just putting content out here for you. So it's like TV, and you just always got something new to see. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that, man. We're not just up here to just talk. For real. Yeah, like for a lot of people, this is just entertainment. It's a new way to, like, let's start some beefs. Let's have some debates and things going on, and it's lame. I had to put that out there because this is our channel, so I'm gonna speak it real. Like that, to me, that's lame. This ain't just entertainment. Yeah, and I mean, just what I do is, just create business, and if there's other Moors you can work with to create business, do it. And eventually, yeah, industry, start producing your own, manufacturing your own. I'm not just talking. I won't sit up and tell you everything I'm doing, on the internet, but you can do it too. She said that MCC was a fake. What is MCC? Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Uh, whoa. Yeah, that message I just read, that sounds crazy. I can't even speak on it because I don't know any of that stuff that you're talking about. But yeah, it's a lot of craziness going on. And I tell you what, if you see people, especially on YouTube, and that they're entertaining, they put in more into the production and showing, especially with the beefs and all that stuff, can't rock with it, man, because that stuff's corny. And especially right now, at this day and age, with all the work that's necessary, like we put in work in the clowning each other, and you know, come on, man, going and editing. There's some people who try to edit took my videos, trying to edit them, put them up on their channel, trying to mix it to show their own little message. It's like, come on, man, that's lame. How do you have time to do this? There's some people who aren't doing anything though. That's not the way to go. I'll tell you that. That's not the way to move, right? Like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it no matter what. There's no point in coming at me because I'm not participating. Like, I'm not going with it. You gonna look stupid dancing by yourself. All right, salute. What's your thoughts on U.S. citizens, white, black, Hispanic, etc., actually being stateless people? Okay, I think that for the most part that's true, especially with us. Like, I'm not gonna speak on anyone else's situation, I think that what the prophet originally intended to do was to bring us into the constitutional fold. I think that that's the reason why on the nationality card it says that well, the last line says that I am a citizen of the U.S.A. dot. Okay, and that's why we declare our nationality. You get yourself out of that label that you're in when you're in a subhuman status. And I'm not saying that the other groups that you mentioned aren't also um, in slave status as well, but us in particular, we're removed from the family of humans. We're out here saying Black Lives Matters. All right, we're going through some craziness. So that's like what I think on that. Real simple. What do you think of the rights of indigenous people? It's like who are they petitioning for their rights from? United Nations, the League of Nations, you know? Like what's that about? Can their rights be taken away? Do they have to be respected? How are things working out for the people that were protesting the pipeline? You know, were their rights being respected? I don't think indigenous people's rights are respected at all in this country. How do you feel about that? I'm not gonna answer that. Did you see Tariq Nasheed video dissing the Moors last night? Nope. Didn't see it and don't care. It's like whatever. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't feed into all that stuff, man. Like, I mean, I don't even know if that happened. You know, I didn't see it, but I don't feed into all that stuff, man. I don't care. I, I can't tell anybody else how to move, but I don't care about all that stuff. Beefs and all that stuff's corny, man. It's whack, and a lot of this stuff's fake. This is just like Hollywood now. Even though YouTube should be more real, it's just people doing it, but it's fake. It's fake, man. And the people who get the more most views and stuff like that, who have more people paying attention to them, are putting out the fakery. And I guess that's what people want. People want to show. People want the fakeness. They like it. Like hearing about that stuff. Eat it up. Said, why do you care about Morris misusing the movement? Because I don't care about what you said. Tariq Nasheed said this in the Morris. That doesn't mean that I don't care about the movement. I don't care. I don't watch this dude's videos. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Morris misusing the movement. Yeah, that's trifling. That's trifling on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's important to respond to that stuff, do it. Go for it. I don't want to participate in that because it's fake. It's fake, and especially the people who have a bigger following, who have more production into their stuff. They're putting out, watered down material. They're not hitting on any real issues. They're talking about beef. They're beefing with somebody else, and then it's a lot of the times they're just beefing with someone else within the community, someone else that looks like them. Like that's corny. That's a distraction, and I don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm not knocking you if you do. I'm not knocking anyone. I'm just saying, like, to me, it's corny and it's a distraction. So I don't mess with that. I don't give it any credits, you know. But like I said, some people, they just offended because I said it's trifling to be trying to get over on your own people. And they cool with that. They support that behavior. All right. Okay. Same person said, why you tear down Moors? They talk about nationality. That's honorable. They dirty or not. Other brother saying Moors movies fake and slander. What are you talking about? I don't tear down Moors. Are you talking about somebody else? Were you talking about somebody else or me? I don't tear down Moors. How can Moors in the Caribbean nationalize if there aren't any temples? Good question. Contact the Moorish Science Temple of America. Don't contact anyone online. Well, not contact the Moorish Science Temple of America. Go to mstofa.net. You came into the temp movement as a slow learner. Now your eyes open. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, once your eyes are open, now you can go into the temple. Shoot. If your eyes are open, you good. If your eyes are open, you're not gonna go in there looking, thinking like, oh, what can y'all do to save me? You already know what to do. So if you go into the temple and things aren't right or aren't, where they need to be at, you can help assist to get it there. But hey, if you ain't with that, don't do it. And then somebody else said, why do temple Moors get so emotional about Moors who don't want to join the temples? We can still work together. I mean, I ain't get emotional about anything. So, like, you talking about temple Moors in general? Because I, I don't know. I can't speak on anybody else. All I know is to me, I I just say plain and simple, no emotions. I just say, look, just because things aren't where they need to be at doesn't mean you just drop it and leave it alone. Like, I'm not gonna mess with the temple. It's messed up. It's been infiltrated. Like, what hasn't been infiltrated? Do you listen to rap? You think rap hasn't been infiltrated? Rap got infiltrated a long time ago. you know, everything's been infiltrated. Come on, man. Are you a quitter? Yeah. Okay, the brother brought out the case where President Lincoln defended William Dungy. Yeah, yeah, because his brother-in-law was slandering him. He was calling him black, and he argued that no, he's not black. He's a Moor, and he won the case. Right. So you're saying like he enforced the Constitution. He won a part of the temple. So what? That means temple ain't necessary. Like, come on, man. Temples are tools created for us to use for a reason. Like, those aren't even good arguments. Like, not that I'm arguing, just saying, like, hey, if you don't want to be in the temple, cool, don't. Nobody's trying to recruit you. All right. Not trying to get you in there. You don't want to be in there because it's like, what you gonna do? If you don't want to do it, you don't need to be in there. That's cool. I'm not saying that you messed up because you don't want to be in there. I said earlier though, I did say that there are people who are defending who are cool with the messed up behavior, and that's why they don't want to be in the temple. But that's just those people. Then there's other people who just don't want to be in for whatever reason. That's cool. Do you? But just because you're doing you, don't try to say that the temple has no place. Because if you're saying that, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't want to be in there. That's cool. Do you? Somebody said they really Crowleyites. They want to do as thou wilt. Like, I'm not trying to diss anybody. Like like the brother said, he said a lot of temples don't even teach law, civics, or have a charter. That could be correct, you know. And if that's your reason for not going, for not wanting to participate, hey, do you? You know, that's all I'm saying. Ain't nobody attacking you or saying that you're not a Moor or anything like that. Like anybody who says that is, is in folly. Anyone who says that is incorrect. But on the same token, just because you're not in the temple, you don't need to be out here trying to say, the temple's done. It has no use. No, you just don't want to be in there. That's you. Do you. But it was created for a purpose and it hasn't been actualized yet. All right. And some of us, know that we can't just leave it how it is. There's work to be done. You don't want to participate in that or help, that's fine. We're still going to do it. Just do it without you. And like what that brother was saying, like some of the temples aren't teaching, or he said a lot, but some of the temples don't teach law, civics, or have a charter. That's cool. Some of them don't, you know. That don't mean all of them are like that. And maybe, if you coming in with your eyes open, maybe you could do something about that. You know, maybe that's the reason why you studied and you've gotten strong to the point where you can come in with your eyes wide open, because you can come in and actually help it do what the prophet intended. And then some people don't want to, they don't have the energy to do that. And I get it, because it's going to take a lot of work at the end of the day. That's just real talk. There's no disrespect, you know. We're not going to go back and forth acting like there's some divide between us, because that's corny. You know, that would be corny, and we're not with no corny BS. I'm not dissing my brother or whoever because they, don't want to be in a temple, whatever. But yeah, it's just like even with the brother Taj on, just saying that same thing that you're saying. There's a lot of things that need to be done in the temples that need to be utilizing trust, and a lot of things need to be getting done. And if you're coming in with, with the knowledge, you're coming in strong with your eyes wide open, you can help assist. But that's only if that's what your intent is. Everybody doesn't want to do that. So that's all I was saying on that. See, I ain't with that mess, man. We not here trying to drive a further divide between us. And then it's not all one way, all one sided. If somebody's coming in like, oh, all the temples are messed up, they have no use, that would be ignorant. Like you can't paint everything with one paintbrush and say it's all this way. It's just like if somebody's coming in on the opposite, like, oh, if you're not in the temple, you wrong. You're not like that's again in the other direction. You just paint it all with a paintbrush and you're wrong. You know? Somebody said you don't complain like a baby and expect to be heard. But I mean, like the way that I see it, I'm not sitting up here acting like I have all the answers. Just saying, if you understand, if you really know what's going on in the movement, you know that the temple has a purpose and a reason, and you know it was created and it didn't get actualized. Everything did not get done to its full potential. So if you know that, then it can't just be thrown away. And yeah, it's like the brother said or sister in the chat, can't complain from the outside. It's true. It's like, come on, man. If you're on the outside looking in, if you have so much knowledge and wisdom, why don't you do something about it? And then some people say they're doing something about it on the outside, but it's like, nah, man, if you know that the temple has a purpose and reason, then you know that it needs to be actualized. It didn't reach its potential yet, and it's still just waiting. Okay, so sitting on the outside, and that's it. And that's really in alignment with what this whole thing was about. Just like, okay, for real, there's work to be done, and all the little schemes and stuff that people are trying to do have nothing to do with moving the movement forward. I know there's people who will try to make a legit case for how they need to be squatting in this house and how they doing this for the nation, doing this for the nation, and it's not. You're not. I'm beating this court case for the nation. I'm gonna beat these tickets. This for the nation. It's not. You know? It's not. And you know it's not. And there's way bigger things that we need to do. And so that's it. That's really all I had to say. All right. And yeah, sound like good advice to me. Get in, do your thing. Meanwhile, said get your 8-up ship, chic them, and get your temple and throw a civics class. Yeah. Stop complaining on the outside. Stop saying that they've been infiltrated. Stop saying they ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Stop saying all that stuff, especially if you have no intent of actually correcting it. Or if you don't think you can, I wouldn't knock you for that. You're like, man, it's too much. I can't change it. I'm not even gonna try. I get it. Hey, do you on the outside, but you can't complain if you're on the outside. Yeah, and then okay, red flag said, look at what Moors are doing on YouTube, all this beefing. Yeah, it's stupid. I ain't with that mess, man. That's lame. If you see Moors on YouTube beefing, they're lame. There's some smart people. I don't know why they participating in it, because it's lame. I'm not coming at anybody. I'm not coming at anybody. I don't want nobody coming at me, but if you do, I don't care, because I'm not participating. We can talk about it off of the camera. I'm not issuing no threats. I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then meet you and be all cool. I'm not doing none of that. If anybody had like real issues with me, let's talk. Let's get off of here. I'm going to sit up and issue threats on YouTube. Like, what is that? Talking trash? You asked me about this more, I'm like, yo, he's cool. Yeah, we cool because we Moors. I'm not going to publicly talk trash about another Moor. But y'all, I ain't gonna say y'all. A lot of people don't know anything about being on code. Okay, like that's one thing you should learn from like the Europeans. Like a lot of them, even most of them will be on code. Okay, when it comes to it, like there's certain things they're gonna do. They're gonna all go along with it. Look the other way. A whole lot of people was looking the other way while they were lynching us. They might not have participated in it. They might not have been savage enough, to participate in the act. They looked the other way. They were cool when people, were getting off, but not getting, not even getting tried, going to trial for the murders and all the stuff they were committing. They were cool. They looked the other way. Nobody's trying to prosecute them like later on down the road, man. We should be on code too. Why are we cool with publicly talking trash about each other? Why can't we be on code? Why can't it just, they're Moors, they cool, yeah, they good. They good. Why can't we be on code? That's what I'm saying. Like I was just calling out some of that behavior. I'm not publicly putting anybody's name out there. I'm calling out the behavior. Hopefully people will clean up their act. Period. And that's it. That's real. All right. And that's why I say find a temple and Join the temple and do what you can do. Don't stop reading. Don't stop learning. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like was said in the chat, contact the temple and figure out how to start one. Okay, and that's important. And that structure and the guidance and things that you get in there are important because, like I said in other videos, a lot of us who are finding out about this in the streets. That's how I found out because I've been on this since before the internet really blew up like it is now, right? But most of y'all weren't even online. Okay, so I, was out talking to people, actually getting out there before everybody could just look things up on YouTube. So like, you finding out about it in the streets and online, you're not gonna know the basics. There's people who think they know a lot who don't even know we have a constitution. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the basics that every Moor should know. And they don't even know, like, we have a divine constitution and bylaws. There's ways and things that we're supposed to conduct ourselves that people aren't doing because they don't know. All right. Some of the things that people are getting caught up in, flashing their cards and, I'm doing this and that. People are doing all this stuff they wouldn't even be doing if they knew the basics. Like, hey, we're not supposed to be doing that. That's not how we're supposed to move. And that's how come, like, when you're doing that stuff, it don't matter what you call yourself, Moorish, X, Y, and Z. You're on that black identity, what they call them? Black identity extremists. You're on that list. That's why even that thing I was reading earlier said L Bay. So you got the L and Bay on there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. That's it. That's it. Hope y'all learned something. Share it. Let everybody know. And that's it. That's it. We just, we got a lot of work to do, Morris. And on that note, it's late. It's 11, so I'm going to go on and shut this down. Somebody said we're on the list no matter what. All right. But if you with that BS, you really on there. For real. No jokes. Because even within the FBI, their own terminology, they make a distinction between all these other Moorish groups and the Moorish Science Temple of America. They made a distinction, man. I'm not making this stuff up. Maybe I can go and find that and show it to y'all on another video, but I'm not making this up. They actually make the distinction because they understand. Yeah. So ain't nobody scared, but we also not stupid. All right. And you're not gonna get any protections out here moving by yourself, doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah, if you studied enough, you can stand on your square in the courtroom. Most people that's like coming into this information online aren't gonna be able to do it. Some of y'all can, but you're still out here by yourself, no support. All right, we have a nation. It's time to make it work and do it for real. When's the next live? Looks like I'm gonna be talking to the scholar Abdullah Bey last Tuesday of the month, or that week, the last week of October. We might be going live on Thursday the 25th. We got Thursday the 25th. All right. Maybe we go live. Thursday the 25th. And I'm with you on that. Yeah, we need to get rid of a lot of grant sheets. But if you're on the outside, you can't do it. That's what I'm saying. If you're strong, you've been out here studying and doing this stuff for years, Maybe the temple needs you. Maybe the nation needs you. If you're saying we need to get rid of a lot of grand sheiks, like, maybe you need to come up in the temple and do it. Be a part of that. Perfect Black said, that's why I move alone. Hey, you can move alone, but that don't mean you don't have a nation. All right. And I get it. Everybody's not going to be a part of government and, a part of making decisions and doing things like that. Whatever. I get it. Or add a few thousand more sheiks. Yeah, that's true too. Put your girl on a science. Stop being stingy. That's what I do. My wife's up on it. Even my children up on it. Okay? And that's another thing. You got people like, especially the men. I'm talking to the men. Like, if you're a man, you got to be able to reach your woman. Okay? That's a part of you, strength of character. Like, you've got to be able to reach her. And then the children. You can't have children and they're not even getting it. What's the point? Then they're going to be just like you. They're going to have to find their way. And to say you're afraid if you join the temple, Grand Sheik is doing a crime. We all fall under RICO law, organized crime. Yeah. Hey, go to mstofa.net. All right. Find a temple near you. Like, that's wild. Temples to schools to town halls to city government. Exactly. That's it. What he just said in the chat: temples to schools to town halls to city government. That's it. That's what it's about. It's not about us going back and forth on YouTube. It's not about us beefing. It's not about me trying to sell you something, some information that you can pretty much get for free. I mean, everybody's just selling packets and all that stuff. Like, it's at this point, you could get all of that stuff online for free. You don't really have to pay anyone. But it's the internet, so it's crazy. Stuff is coming from all different directions. Even the stuff that you're buying from people, they didn't sit and put all that, compile all that together. They're getting it from here, there. They might even be getting sovereign citizen stuff and mixing it in and putting a Moorish twist on it. Like, gotta be careful out here. But that ain't what it is. It's just like that simple. Temples to schools to town halls to city government. That's it. Right? And then if you want to get more in depth in that, talk about this offline. Go build with the Moors near you. That's why you need a temple. Get with the Moors who are serious near you and build, building up businesses and everything in your community. You don't have to worry about saving the world, the whole nation. Start where you're at, right there. And you build that powerhouse. And, we all build our powerhouses and we work together. We have the structure and everything. That's why you can't throw the temple away. And if you have the information and wisdom and you're about it and you have the energy, then come on in and get it done. But if you're not going to do it, then just be on the outside. Don't down it. Do what you're going to do. Ain't nobody trying to recruit you because you already know everything. Like, for real. The key is knowing how to read. Yeah. You got to read for yourself. Get out here, actually experience life for yourself. And that's cool. If you can come in with your eyes wide open, great. I think there's a lot of people out here who are on this information, who have skills and things that are necessary for the nation. And that's who needs to come in. You know, so for some of us out here who already know everything, who aren't trying to be in the temple, good. Do you out here? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to recruit you because you know everything. Just be out there, do you. All right. And it's all good. It's no knock, it's no nothing. It just is what it is. Plain and simple. No emotions, nothing. You just keep it real. You know, anybody trying to knock anyone for doing them. All right. But I know one thing though, you know that organization is necessary. So can't throw it away. And it ain't gonna fix itself if you think it needs work. So that's that's really all I have to say on that. But yeah, don't ask me about what such and such said about such and such because I don't care. Ain't paying attention to none of that mess, man. Stuff don't entertain me and it's not doing anything for anybody. And I don't participate either, man. If I had something to say, I would tell you to your face. I'm not gonna get on here and make a video about you. I'm not gonna get on here and try to dish you online or something lame. You're not gonna see me making flyers and graphics and stuff and doing all this extra. Like I actually have a life. You should too. Everybody should. You know, got a beautiful woman, got family, got business. You know what I'm saying? Travel, do all types of real stuff offline. Don't have time to be focusing on somebody else and trying to fight and tear somebody else down. And anybody who has time for that, like, they don't even exist to me. They don't exist. You know? And I can like even humor a man coming to me telling me some gossip about another man because I don't gossip. And I wouldn't even see that person as a man if they trying to tell me about somebody else, what they're doing and all this stuff. I have no respect for them. And yeah, brother said he had a grand sheet tell him if he wasn't part of a temple, then we can't build. I don't know about that because like I'll build with the Moors that's in the church, the Moors that's not in any kind of spiritual group at all. I don't like. Come on, man. I mean, I don't know what the conversation that y'all had was about, but just what you're saying that sounds crazy. Like, come on. Like, yeah, that sounds weird. Lee Jackson, you need to go to mstofa.net. Go right there to the home office. Saying you need a temple that teaches civics and laws. Go right there. There's some good Moors there right there in Mecca. I already know. Then you in Mecca? Like, come on, man. But yeah, go to mstofa.net. For real. Don't waste no more time. Because I know them Moors and I know they're on point. All right? For real. And I don't even know where Tejas is. Said Tejas, Tejas. Yeah. So Lee Jackson, make sure you go to that link I just put up. That's for you. That's actually for everybody. Go there, find a temple near you. But yeah, Lee, you in Chicago, so you definitely need to check that out. All right. And that's no, I already said that's it, but hey, Man. So we good. And like I said, make sure you share this. Get the word out. It's the realest message out there because it's a lot of mess going on. There's a lot of, people promoting BS and distractions. So y'all with that, get with the temple. You build, you handle your business, you build businesses, and uh, you move on a local level, man. And you just stay away from all the distractions. Don't even humor it. And that's pretty much it. And on that note, we done. Peace. All right. Peace, Moors.